warrants bail. Magistrate P.O. Adetunyibi, while denying the bail application, said that the allegation against the skit maker is currently receiving the attention of the State Ministry of Justice. The court, however, ordered that the parent of the little girl in the video be remanded alongside Trinity Guy till the next sitting. Magistrate Adetunyibi therefore adjourned till June 11th. Nigerian singer Temilade Okpeniyi, popularly known as Tems, shone at the 23rd BET Awards held on Sunday night in Los Angeles. After losing 2 of her 3 nominations, Tems snagged the Best Collaboration, going on for her contribution on Future's Wait For You, which also features Canadian rapper Drake. Recall that Wait For You won the Best Melodic Rap Performance at the 2023 Grammys. The BET is the second major award the song, which debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100 chart last year, has won. Earlier at the 2023 BET Awards, Tems lost the Best Female R&B Pop Artist category to SARS and Viewers' Choice Awards to Beyoncé. Similarly, Burna Boy lost the Best Male R&B and Pop Artist to Chris Brown and Usher, and the Best Video Director to Tiana Taylor. However, the African giant crooner scooped the Best International Act award for a record 4th time. Beyoncé and SARS tie for most wins at this year's BET Awards, 3 each. American singer Billie Eilish has declared that Rihanna is the hottest person to ever exist in the history of the world. While reflecting on her own body image issues during a new interview, the superstar 21 spoke about navigating body-shaming comments online. She disclosed that she likes to listen to the 35-year-old Umbrella hitmaker's music, play video games on her phone, spend time with family, and take baths. The Barbados-born performer, who is expecting her 2nd child with boyfriend A$AP Rocky, was previously dubbed the sexiest woman alive by Esquire magazine in 2011. Over the years, Eilish has previously credited the Fenty Beauty as a style inspiration after she said fashion has always been her defense mechanism.
And sports news is up next.
Kevin De Bruyne will miss the start of next season due to the hamstring injury he sustained in Manchester City's Champions League victory. The Belgian, who has been an important part of Manchester City's success since joining them in 2015, was pivotal to his side's historic treble-winning campaign last season, but was forced to watch much of the victory over Inter Milan in Istanbul from the sidelines. The 31-year-old started the Champions League final but had to be subbed off after just 36 minutes after picking up what appeared to be a hamstring injury, with Phil Foden taking his place. Scans have now revealed that the Belgian has suffered a grade 3 hamstring tear, and even though City will be looking to win their 7th Shield and their first since 2019, they would have to do so without Kevin De Bruyne, who is now set to miss even the first 2 games at the start of the season. Mexico got their CONCACAF Gold Cup campaign off to the perfect start with a 4-0 victory over Honduras in the early hours of this morning as they look to move past a poor Nations League performance that saw coach Diego Coca sacked after just 4 months in charge. A revamped Mexican side led by interim coach Jaime Lozano scored less than a minute into the game through midfielder Luis Romo, who then headed home from a corner in the 22nd minute to make it 2-0. Orbelin Pineda scored 6 minutes after the break to put the game out of reach before midfielder Luis Chavez took the ball from defender Devon Garcia to score Mexico's 4th goal in the 64th minute. The win leaves Mexico top of Group B. They face 2nd place Haiti on Thursday, while Honduras take on Qatar. Finally, in boxing, former heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua and his rival Dillian Whyte have advanced in talks for a rematch after Whyte received the fight contract from Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn. The pair have long been rumored to reignite the 2015 feud that ended with a Joshua knockout victory, but White recently claimed that the other side wasn't serious when it came down to actually making the second fight happen. The body snatcher told TalkSport that he would accept the terms as they were offered to him earlier, and in response to this, Edihan claimed that the numbers were initially rejected but said that he would send the contract. Hearn then once again confirmed that Agil Kabaye was in the running to face Joshua should White decide not to accept the offer, as well as two other heavyweights. There's an August date already booked, the 12th of August, at London's O2 Arena, so that means an announcement is expected imminently.
News again. Former President Muhammadu Buhari breaks his silence over petrol subsidy removal, says he delayed the move to allow Bola Tinubu and the APC win the presidential election. 3 medical students confirmed dead in Calabar boat accident. Police fire tear gas at opposition's headquarters as vote counting continues in Sierra Leone. And Russia's Wagner mercenary group says leader did not aim to overthrow the government. And that's the news now. For more stories, please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at Plus TV Africa and Plus TV Africa Lifestyle. You can also view us from Limex and Glow TV mobile apps anywhere in the world. I'm Loretta Chiogo. Have a pleasant rest. Good night from all of us.
advocate for upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Buki November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's tea time on Plus TV Africa.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to.
Abraham, Moses, Jacob, you are one family.
There's no doing all this sport in Nigeria.
See how your body just dripping diamond.
Nigeria jollof is the #1 jollof in the whole wild world.
To be honest, I've not tried Ghana jollof, but I think Nigerian. But no, I don't think Nigerian jollof is the best. It's the baddest. It originated from us. Am I right?
I've actually tried Ghanaian jollof and I must stick to Nigerian jollof rice. Period.
I'm not biased. Nigerian jollof is the Ghanaian one is too brown and it's too mushy. Our own is, the grains they spread, and they taste nice. I trust our own is on point.
Nigerian is the one. See, say Ghana jollof they go use gas, but if they use arrow with the smell of the effing go enter and it goes sweet. I just don't know what to say. I'm just happy. I just feel like crying.
Well, I haven't had Ghanaian jollof, but just Nigerian jollof. And I'll be honest, I'm not a jollof rice fan. I think jollof rice is overrated. I know you guys will be angry. I know you don't want to hear it, but the truth is, fried rice is the best. So.
You're setting me up, bro.
Nigerian jollof is just name. Nigerian jollof.
Nigerian jollof. Nigerian jollof. Because you're looking for love. What's going on? Talk your own. She's not going to beat you. Why are you setting me up? No, but real. Nigerian jollof. Nigerian party jollof. Bottom pot. That's almost burnt. Almost burnt.
Burnt, where you scrape it.
But it has to be the rice that hasn't burnt, that hasn't darkened yet. So it's not bottom pot. That flavor.
Any day, Nigerian jollof,
Is it because you're a Nigerian?
Because I've tasted both, and I prefer the Nigerian jollof.
Abraham, Moses, Jacob, you are one family.
There's no doing all this sport in Nigeria.
See how your body just dripping diamond.
Nigeria's Niger Delta region, from where the black gold fuels Africa's largest economy, where the lines between wealth and poverty has never been thinner. Conflicts, poverty, insecurity, and environmental challenges daily confront the region. How can the Niger Delta story be changed for the better?
Join Mamude Akuga at 9 p.m. every Friday evening on Plus TV Africa as he probes deep in search of solutions.
Inside the Niger Delta with Mamude Akuga, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region.
Hello from Berlin, Germany. Nigeria is currently going through a recession. But what is the actual state of our economy? Is this as a result of the pandemic? Or there's more? Should religious organizations in the country be made to pay taxes? These are the conversations and the answers that you get to hear when you listen to these debaters.
Hello, I welcome you to today's episode of Matasada Imani. We're going to be talking about religion, youth, and money as it concerns the Nigerian people. My name is Mercy Aband. Nigeria has the 5th largest Christian population and the 6th largest Muslim population in the world. Pretty impressive figures. So what are the economic aspects of this fact? Let's talk about this in today's episode. I am not physically present with the guests at the studio because I was in close proximity with someone who tested positive to COVID. Even though I tested negative, I had to stay away for the safety of everyone in the studio. But I'd like to introduce our guest. I'll start with Timothy Imogere, who is a proud Nigerian student living in Germany. Hello, Timothy, welcome.
Hi, Messi. Thank you for having me here.
My next guest is Kumbi Oshinoiki. She runs a business in Germany. Hello, Kumbi, welcome.
Hello, nice to see you.
And Ada Anene is involved with data management, also living in Berlin. Hello, Ada. Pleased to see you again.
Hello, Messi. Nice to meet you.
And we have Ebuka Valentine Okeke. He's a Nigerian student in Potsdam, also living in Germany. Hello, Ebuka.
Hello, Messi. Nice to meet you.
And finally, and not, as part of the guest in the studio, Tolulope Adefunke Omadara, another Nigerian student. Welcome.
Hi, Messi. Thanks for having me here.
Pleasure is mine. We have 2 callings from Nigeria, and our guest is Ose Anene. Mr. Ose Anene is a businessman, is a hotelier as well, and is a politician. Hello, Ndi Kato. Ndi is an active member of civil society in Nigeria, and she's a frontline activist in the country. I would like to talk with you about a very impressive, or actually I would say important factor in Nigeria's reality, and that is religion and money. There is a lot that can be said or that has been said about this topic, but let's start somewhere. Nigeria is going through a historical recession at the moment. Poverty rates are on the rise. Should and could religious institutions contribute more to the economic relief of Nigerians? And this question I would like Kumbi to respond to. I would like to start with Kumbi.
Okay, I'm aware that there are lots of churches and mosques who have all sorts of programs that are aimed not just at providing relief to people in the communities, but also look to empower them through skills acquisition programs, trainings, and that kind of thing. So I think as part of their social mandate, a lot of religious bodies of all persuasions do this. Whether it's going to be enough to have enough impact on society in general, on the economy, is debatable. And also not all religious organizations are necessarily big enough to be able to provide the manpower needed to run a very comprehensive program that's going to make impact in their communities. But I do know that a lot of the big well-known churches and mosques do also a range of programs. Yes.
Thank you, Kumbi. Ada, from what Kumbi has said, we should not be seen to outsource the role of the state to religious institutions. Do you disagree?
I think that there should be a balance. I think the the money of the people goes to both the government and the religious institutions. And the way that the religious institution can, put back into society more like a corporate, social responsibility, is to, create initiatives to help the people that they take care of. So I think it's not a bad idea. Like she said, there are actually churches that have these initiatives already running, like the mobile clinic run by some churches that I know. And so I think it's good that the church institution or the religious institution have these initiatives running, in support of the government.
Thank you so much, Ada. Ebuka,
Yeah.
do you agree, or would you subscribe to religious organizations, especially the ones that, we've seen, not just the church now and the mosque, to pay tax to the state for development?
I beg to disagree with such assumption, because as far as I'm concerned, is a kind of suggestion that is geared towards probably helping Nigeria escape the nets of recession. But the truth remains that churches originally are agents of socialization, and as far as I'm concerned, they should continue to play that role as agent of socialization. Their participation into economic activity of any kind should be a kind of mandatory, should be optional and not mandatory. Taxes should not be imposed on churches, because doing that have a lot to do in the area of churches carrying out their social responsibility of educating the people, inculcating the required national values in the people. Now, imposing taxes on them, I don't think it will have much to do with, or can in any way have a serious contribution to saving Nigeria from economic recession. So churches or religion should be detached totally from the economic mess that we find ourselves in.
Thank you, Ebuka. Tolu, I would like to ask you this. In the UK and other countries of the world, churches are known, these same churches that are in Nigeria are known to pay taxes. But when they get to Nigeria, they do not pay tax. And there's a conversation right now, and there's lobbying before the National Assembly, where people are saying, if these churches are making billions and millions of dollars, why should the state not take part in that? What would you say?
I think religion should remain separated from politics. If you compare maybe European countries to Nigeria, you will notice that there is a decline in the number of people that go to churches, because once religion is connected to politics, what we have is compulsion, whereby forcing people to do some particular things, and that is not good for religion. There should be competition, there should be freedom of religion and all that. If you look at countries where religion is not separated from politics, it's either religion is used for conflict reasons, or you see people not going to church anymore because they have to pay taxes. And it would discourage people from going to church, and they would before you know what, people won't learn the religious virtues that are very important for the society. Because let's take tithe, for example. If the government says everybody should pay tithes, if it's a matter of compulsion, then it's also against the religion, because when you are doing something, you should do it out of joy, you should do it out of willingness and all that. So I think religion and politics should not be connected. Meanwhile, there might be religious bodies to check what the church is doing with the money. How are they helping the what's it called? How they helping the people, the church members, and all that, but not the religion.
Thank you. I would like to call in at this
politics.
point. I'd like to call in Ose to come into this conversation. Hello, Ose, can you hear me?
Hi, Mercy.
Yes. Pleased to have you join.
Glad to be here again.
You're a businessman, so I'd like to hear your take from this. Do you think churches should be responsive and responsible in societies like Nigeria?
I'll also try to answer, make that clear that in Nigeria, that separation between the church, the mosque, and the state doesn't really exist. Moving on to the conversation about whether religious bodies should pay tax. I also want to make it clear that the discussion isn't that members of churches should be compelled to pay tax. It's that if you have a church, for instance, where the senior pastor has 1 or 2 private jets, where he has private schools, where he sells merchandise, and he's making money as a business enterprise outside of, regular church activities, away from ministering and healing and preaching, then I think it only makes sense that the religious bodies should be made to pay tax. That's my personal opinion. I don't see the reason why.
I like that. I like that you talked about education, because it's also part of the conversation that we're supposed to have today. We've seen churches, big churches, I wouldn't want to call their names, and we're saying churches more because they're the ones that are involved with most of the projects when it comes to churches, when it comes to schools, hospitals, etc., in the country. We've seen huge churches where